Hey guys, so this is the yearly review of the self-authoring suite. I actually didn't think I was going to do one of these self-authoring suite videos again, and I actually attempted to make this video before, but I just didn't feel like it was truthful enough. And when I mean I didn't feel like it was truthful enough, I was hesitant to make it in the first place because I think there's a danger in making videos like this where you just kind of stream of consciousness and you're going through a checklist of what this has done for you and how it's made you better. And I think when I watch videos like that, I don't think that they're entirely true. So in this video, I want to be as honest about the results or the insights I've gained from doing the self-authoring suite since when I started a year ago, and what are the things that I've learned in the interim that have kind of arrived in my consciousness about myself and what I need to fix and what I need to pay more attention to and where I'm weak. So I'm going to start with a couple of facts first. This year, since I started the self-authoring suite, I can say without doubt has been the most creative year of my life. I've made more work this year than any other year in the 28 years that I've lived, or 27 years that I've lived on this earth. I've never made as much work. I've never been as productive. And for a first time, I've actually made a profit via my art form. And that's a first for me. So I've been able to live off my own artwork in this year. So I think that's a major success. I don't know if that's going to happen next year. I can't be certain, but I am very happy about that. And in doing that, some of the goals that I set myself in the future authoring suite that I refined a little bit more by myself and writing in journals and what have you, I've achieved some of the goals of my lifetime goals, or kind of mid to 1 to 5 year goals during this year. Like, for example, in a big American TV show, I was in Into the Badlands, which is an AMC TV show. I played an American character, a character that I really liked playing and that I was good at. So that was I got an English agent. That was one thing that I wanted to get, because in Ireland, you're limited to jobs in Ireland, but in the UK, there's a bit more range for work. Because of the structures that I've put in place for myself as an artist, I haven't had to look for other work. Work has come to me, and through the interim of that, I've made my own work, and because of my own work, I've collaborated with other people. So that's good, and they're facts. Now, am I happier than when I started the self-authoring suite? I don't really know. I can't say for certain that I'm any more happy or more content than I was when I started the self-authoring suite till now. While I do know things are a little less wishy-washy, and I know for sure the things that I must do, very clear now what sort of hell that I could most definitely end up in if I let my bad habits, and if I don't get on top of things, if I don't attend to those things, they could very much happen. And the opposite of those things are true. The heaven that I'm leaning towards, that I'm working towards, I have a better, much better idea how to get there than when I started the self-authoring suite. I was just hoping for a miracle before that. And now it kind of, some of my dreams to come true, they don't seem like they're as much as a miracle anymore. So let's talk about some other things. As an actor, I feel as if I'd overcome of like childhood trauma that I had, which I think a lot of people have some sort of childhood trauma. So this isn't about me like feeling sorry for myself or anything, but I think there was two specific things that kind of got me when I was younger, and I'll tell you them now. And I was kind of, I have a learning disability. I'm dyslexic, very badly dyslexic. I've now subsequently overcome that, and I can read at a high level and write at a high level, and I don't have any issues in those areas. Although a lot of people who watch my YouTube videos still like to point out to me my spelling mistakes, but I honestly don't give a shit about that. And the other thing is that I was bullied very badly when I was a child. So those things together, and I can understand why I was drawn to the arts, and I can understand where that anger came from now. I think I'm less angry than I was, and I've overcome some of the grief of that. I think I overcame the emotional trauma before I did the self-authoring suite, but because of the self-authoring suite, I now understand why I have been unsuccessful or difficult in certain situations when I could have dealt with them much, much better if I didn't have that residual childhood trauma that was lingering there that made me to overreact to things. So now I have some understanding of what those overreactions are, you know? I was making things very difficult for myself. It's kind of hard to explain. I had a complex over those things, you know, having a bad effect on the choices I've been making as an adult. And I've been micro-fixing them. It's been a titration of understanding how that complex that I've had for how I was treated as a child and how that's affected my adult life, and trying to fix that as I've gone along. All the people I know who have done the self-authoring suite have still not finished it. So if you're one of those people who haven't finished the self-authoring suite, I'd highly recommend that you just finish it. But it isn't what you get from when you just finish it or while you're doing it. It's over time. It's the titration over time where you go, yeah, you know what? That was my fault, the way I dealt with that situation. If I knew what I knew now, if I did the analysis of the self, I wouldn't have dealt with those things in that situation. Or if I had a better future to aim for, I wouldn't have ran around in circles and got myself back into this mess again. Some other upsides that I think are due to the self-authoring suite, but it's hard to know. Part and parcel, is it just me growing as a person, and would I just have come to those ideas without the suite? As the year has gone on, I've given less and less of a fuck about what other people think. I don't think you can ever eradicate what other people think, because you're a complete outsider if you don't give a shit what other people think. So it's accumulation of not giving a shit and giving a shit. But in the best way, I've stopped giving a shit, I think. Especially in my artwork, it's like, fuck it, I don't give a fuck anymore. The one thing that keeps arriving out of this year for me, if I don't do it now, I'll never do it. Good idea comes to me. I don't want to be held back by shame or embarrassment or for a lack of bravery. So that's kind of the stain that's been left on me this year. One of the other things is that I'm so precious about my time. I feel like each hour means something. It means so much to me. And within those hours, I'm trying to give all of what's going on inside here, what I should follow, my path, into those hours as best as I possibly can, for better or for worse. I think I've probably been a nuisance to some people, but my time, because of the self-authoring suite, I think it's just so precious. Like it's more precious than anything. The big thing that the self-authoring suite, now that I reflect on it, has helped me with, it's seeing further than a few months down the line, but seeing years down the line and preparing for the you in the future. Because I think as an artist or an actor or whatever, you're looking for your break in things the whole time, a surprise opportunity to arrive at your doorstep, and you think that some of your problems will be fixed if that arrives. But I mean, in some sense, that day never comes, and it does come, because when you work, things just arrive out of nowhere when you don't expect them. I never plan for the future like I've done with the self-authoring suite before this. So yeah, there's some of the takeaway points from a year later. It's a slow process for it to make an impact on your life, but it happens slowly over time, meaningfully, and things just slowly click for you. That's what I think it is. They slowly just slot into place, and they're definites and they're rocks for which you can pivot off. But there's import in those words, and it means something to spend the time and investigate yourself like that. So I just want to say again, by no means have I the answers. I'm struggling like the best of them. Life's fucking hard for me, as I'm sure most people are watching this. Life's hard for everyone, but you know, it's really hard and I'm trying my best. But I know things have improved from a year ago. Some days you could say they've improved a great amount, and on other times I would say that they haven't, but that's just the mood I'd be in. But that, even if it is small, it's been worth it. That's been worth it, even with a future that's unknown. That's been worth it. So I think this is probably going to be one of my last self-authoring videos. I can't say for certain. I might do 2 years on. That might be interesting, if that even interests me. But if you like this video, yeah, throw me a comment. Tell me what I may have missed. Any observations that I could clarify a bit better. And I hope this helps you, as I think my other videos have helped other people. I didn't realize that they would, but I think they are very helpful for people. But yeah, finish the authoring suite and start getting on top of things, I guess. Okay, thanks for watching my video, and I'll catch you guys again soon. See ya.